So this is just a quick little video I'm doing to show my buddy my new CZ75 SP-01 Shadow 9mm pistol. It's quite a heavy pistol, but it's great for target shooting, and in Canada we can't carry handguns anyway, so there's no use in me having a light, compact firearm. We want something that's stable and right on the money for shooting. So this is what I chose. Basics of it, I'm just going to show how it operates, how the safety operates, magazine, slide release, and how to field strip it. So the first thing we're going to do as we go along is we're going to make sure the firearm is empty, of course. So with the magazine in this pistol, when the gun is empty, the slide usually is supposed to stay open, and it does. It always has. I have had no failures. I can see that there's no ammunition in the barrel. I can see the top of the magazine, and there are no bullets in the magazine. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you the magazine release first, which is this button right here. And it's only on one side, but it works extremely well. The magazines do not stick in the handle whatsoever, or the grip, whichever you want to call it. They fall right out. I've never had one stick in the grip at all. So it's very reliable and easy to push. Next thing we're going to do, in order for me to show you how the safety works on this, I've got to close the slide, and the slide releases this button right here. It is only on one side, and there's the other part of the slide release is this button right here. You can kind of see it. So slide release, you just push it down. You can see the hammer is cocked from the slide being back. This is a safety. It is not a decocker. It is just a safety. When the safety is on, the trigger does not operate. The trigger, or actually the safety, will not go on if the hammer is all the way down in the forward position. It will not go on. If the hammer is half cocked so that it's not touching the firing sear, then the safety will operate, and that's probably how I would carry it in a holster if there was a bullet in the chamber, just because nothing is in contact with the pin that's going to strike the bullet, and the safety is on, meaning that the trigger can't be pulled either. Safety off, it is double action or single action. The trigger itself is really smooth. There's a little bit of creep there, but when you hit the wall is where the trigger breaks on this. And when you go back, there is not much, maybe a millimeter and a half release before the trigger re-engages, and the brake is right there again. The trigger itself is smooth. I can't complain. I've tried a few different pistols, and it's one of the smoothest ones I've tried so far. So basically that's all the operational side of it. The only thing that is ambidextrous on this firearm is your safety. Your safety is on both sides. So some people find that handy. I suppose if you were left-hand shooting as well, it would be handy. Some people could still, I mean, I'm operating it from both sides right now. It's not that uncomfortable. Just takes my finger off the trigger. So to break this gun down, field strip it, very simple as well. There are two little lines right here. You can see one here, hopefully, and one on the bottom on the frame of the firearm. And all you have to do is pull the slide back far enough that they're lined up like this, and hold it with one hand. And then I saw a guy just use the bottom of his magazine to gently tap this pin on his slide release. And I've now created a space that you can probably see on the slide release, and it just pulls out like that, and your slide comes right off. So you've got your frame, which again is pretty clean. I just cleaned it not too long ago. And your slide and your barrel. To take your barrel out, there's a little plastic post in here with a spring on it for tension. You can get a metal one. You can change your spring tensions by ordering different springs. I haven't done anything. This is all factory. It just comes apart like that. You can't put it together wrong. The spring is actually smaller on one end than the other, so that you can't put it in the incorrect way. so you can't, it's foolproof. And then you've got your slide in your barrel, and your barrel literally just lifts out like that. So, piece of cake. Can you see down the barrel? I don't know. Yes, you can. Again, the barrel has grooves up here, and the top of the slide has grooves. When you put the barrel in, you just wiggle it around, it goes in. It's not moving, so I know it's locked in the right position. The barrel itself has a little indentation. I'll move my thumb out of the way so hopefully you can see. That indentation on the barrel, and that little, if you can see it, there is a very small nipple on the top of the rod. It just goes in. The nipple goes into the indentation for a firm connection, and that's all there is to putting that back together. Goes back in like that. You line up your two lines at the rear of the firearm, and when they're lined up, there is spring tension from the slide. It's not that bad, I just have bad grip. And you just drop that in, line them up, give it a quick crack, and your gun is reassembled. Definitely want to cycle it a couple times just to make sure everything looks like it's working right. Try maybe all the different positions just to double check everything, make sure all functions are proper, and you're ready to shoot again. Magazine in, and that is the Shadow SP-01.